Murray Blake, Mayor of the Hurunui District. Good morning, Murray. How are you?
Morena, Kerry, I'm very well, thank you.
Good. I came in a wee bit late and look, we have no preparation. I have no idea what you really want to talk about, to be honest. But that's what happens when you have a local radio station and a local mayor, and we can just riff. What do you reckon?
Yes, well, I think it is important to continue the discussion on Hurunui District's long-term plan. We continue to have opportunities for our community to come and speak with officers and local councillors, and there's two today, one in the Waipara Hall between 10:30 and 11:30, and then in the Amberley District Library from 12:30 to 1:30.
It's just getting involved in your community. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Oh, look, we've had sessions in Cheviot and in Greta Valley to date. We've had one in Waikari and in Harden. Just a drop-in sort of a session. And yesterday in Waikari, we had really excellent feedback, really good information in regard to our long-term plan. And I had Councillor Ross Barnes along with me yesterday, and Hamish Robbie, the CE. So it was great, a great opportunity to link and to listen, and our job as councillors will be to evaluate that information we receive back to provide us our vision going forward. So it's a really important time, along with a lot of other things that are happening within our district, but across wider Canterbury and New Zealand, and affecting all of us as local authorities.
That's the Three Waters proposal we're talking about, I imagine. What does it take to be a good councillor in the Hurunui?
Oh, look, the critical aspect to be a good councillor is to know your community, know the people in your community, and know the issues and options that are available to support your community. And look, I don't need to spell it out to people. You know, we are in a cool position weather-wise in our district, and, you know, going out with an 8.49% increase in our first year, councillors understand those impacts on individual people in their community, but actually their community as a whole. So being able to listen, being able to reflect, being able to assimilate all of that information, and be strategic and strong in our direction as well, because we need to have some blue sky thinking as a council also to give us the capability to be, you know, grow from good to great, you know.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for.
Culverden is reported as being the driest spot in New Zealand at the moment. Those on the land are going through quite some significant hardship at the moment. Is there light at the end of the tunnel?
Look, I mean, it's distressing for rural people to be watching the weather forecast and to see little or nothing on the horizon. So it you know, we've just got to hope that when it comes, that it comes with not too much cold following behind, because that will impact on the growing season, you know. So we are fear for people is losing that seasonality for growth, even with rains coming at stage. So we all need to keep our fingers crossed, and we'll come back to the people, but actually looking out for each other, making sure that we're all okay as we journey through this, you know, challenging season that we're faced with again.
Absolutely. 0800 Rural Help is there to help those that may want to have a bit of a chinwag with someone who's been there, done that, because this is, it's not so much annual, but it is cyclical. The drought conditions have affected North Canterbury. I remember it was about 5 years or so ago there was a big one.
That's right. Well, that big one lasted for about 3 years, you know, so it will be in people's short-term memory, those effects. And in actual fact, those effects probably haven't been mitigated completely. You know, there is overhang from that for farmers, because that's just how we roll, you know. Yeah. So it is really important that we take care. And there is a lot happening for us as a local authority with the Three Waters, but there is a lot happening for farming families as well, with the national policy statements on freshwater and biodiversity. And, you know, all of those things are a burden, let alone the financial burden of having to manage significant dry. So, we do need to take care and look after each other.
So looking into the Merrill Diary in the office there at the in Amberley, what do you got lined up later on this week, Murray?
Well, today I've got a full day. I have got an Enterprise North Canterbury board meeting this afternoon. Tomorrow I've got an operations meeting, but I've been invited down to Christchurch to by the New Zealand Police as part of their awards ceremony. I've had the privilege of speaking at that, not last year through COVID, but the year before. And, our police are so important in our communities, and from a safety aspect. So it's a real privilege to be invited down to their award ceremony where they, the New Zealand Police, celebrate their own personnel. So I will go to that on Thursday, and then Friday back on long-term plan, and then Saturday some coastal hazard communities I'll be visiting. So I think that's a bit of a bird's eye view of my calendar in the next day or two.
And I imagine there's probably 50% more of stuff that you have to do as well. Mari, you must love your job. That's fantastic.
Oh, look, I feel very fortunate to actually work in a really good team of people and live in a pretty good community despite the dry.
Good.
So, we're very lucky.
That's wonderful. Mari, I appreciate you coming on and literally coming straight on from answering your phone straight on the radio. I really do appreciate it, and giving us an example of what a true leader is all about. Mari Blake, Mayor of the Hurunui District. We'll chat to you again next Wednesday.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you, Kerry. Have a great week.
Compass FM.